Hello and welcome back to another character creation video. My name's Lewin and today we're having a look at Corepunk. Corepunk seamlessly blends elements of MMORPGs, MOBAs and action RPGs. The game is built around a rich and atmospheric open world shrouded in fog of war. It features deep character development, a variety of professions and crafting systems, PvP and battlegrounds, dungeons, challenging monsters in unique camps, guilds, quests, trading and profound lore. And it's all wrapped in a pretty old school package. Create your own story. Corepunk welcomes you, adventurer. Yeah. So we've actually covered this game before. I had a look at it during one of the early tests, but that was really early days. This is the early access release, and a lot has changed as far as I understand. So I'm pretty keen for this. I was already back then a big fan of the art style that they went for, of this sort of timeless evergreen feel that they have with the cartoony looking characters. It should age well if they stick with this, which is awesome. I like the fact that there was a decent physics engine on the models as well. It was really satisfying to look at. I mean, like the hair physics, the jiggle physics and all the rest. It's kind of cool, right? Now, if you'd like to do a deep dive to discover all there is to discover about Corepunk, you can find some links below, and as always, there will be timestamps. As we jump in here, I will tell you that we are going to be having a look at all the classes available, the subclasses for them. I'll give you a quick overview, and then we'll look at the customization options. At the moment, we have 3 classes available. We have the Warmonger, the Champion, and the Bomber. Each of them has 2 subclasses. So, for the quick and dirty overview, the Warmonger has the Legionary and the Shaman, the Champion has the Destroyer and the Ranger, and the Bomber has Infiltrator and Blast Medic. The previous time I looked at this, each of them only had 1 subclass. So we've essentially doubled what's available. There is still so much more that's coming. I mean, if you look at the list of characters on the left-hand side of the screen over here, it's kind of nuts how many more they want to add. They've teased a few of them here already, and then there's just like, you know, this. There's this. So I'm keen to see what they do with that. I am genuinely excited for the future of this game. Now, jumping in. First class, the Warmonger. You will notice as we start that each of the classes is sort of locked to a race. You do obviously get to pick male or female for said class, and that gives you the male or female of the race that they are, but you can't sort of play a Warmonger on a human character, and you can't play a champion on an orc character. It's in some ways a bit of a pity, but I like the idea of it because it leans into the MOBA or action RPG style a little more. So, you know, the game takes a little bit from each of those different genres that it's put itself in. Now, for Warmonger, only the strongest of orcs can become Warmongers. Hardened by innumerable battles, they won't be stopped by any threat. With countless combat under their belt, Warmongers are skilled warriors fearing neither pain nor death itself. They can bring down enemies with suppressive heavy fire or hold the front line with spear and shield. And if necessary, Warmongers can summon a forest beast to help them. That sounds pretty amazing. That sounds pretty cool. For the Warmonger, you get the Legionary as the first subclass. Let's have a peek at what that is. Tanks who fight with spear and shield. They can stun and slow enemies with their mighty strikes and blows and make them vulnerable to their abilities. Their abilities are Shield Bash. You can see a little video of it over there. Catapult. And you will notice as we go through these, a lot of them look like MOBA abilities and act in the same way. Again, that's because of the isometric camera angle and, well, the inspiration that the game is drawing from. This is Spear Throw, and then we have Unstoppable. Special ability, each time the Legionary hits a target with an attack, they gain 1% armor and 1% magic resistance for up to 10 seconds. The effect stacks up to 10 times. When the Legionary has 10 stacks, he converts 15% of armor and magic resistance into a bonus attack power. It's pretty cool. I mean, I like already what they are selling here with this. The Shaman is a different story entirely, however. They are melee fighters coming from a kindred of orcs who can talk with animal spirits and command the elements. They wield different fist weapons and mark enemies with their basic attacks. You can really see like the icons and the whole style of the class very much reminiscent of World of Warcraft shamans, and I dig that. You know, you got these like spirit wolves, and then you've got the lightning as the front and center element that they wield. It's cool. It's cool. Their abilities are rip apart, and you can see it says proto there. I'm assuming that means prototype. It's sort of work in progress. Totemic Fury. It's a pet wolf. Lightning Strike. There's no real proper animation on there. I'm assuming it's sort of supposed to be like a chain lightning. And then Call of the Wild. I mean... yeah, they're still working on the animations, alright? Their special abilities: every third auto attack, the shaman increases his attack speed by 5% for 7 seconds and gains a charge of elemental power. When the number of charges reaches 5, the shaman can summon the forces of the elements to his aid and improve his skills. By activating the special ability, the shaman switches between the elements of fire, water, and earth over 1.5 seconds. Yeah? Alright. That sounds pretty cool, right? This is the male variation of it. You have already obviously seen the male variation of the Legionary. Let me show you the female one in the overview here, and then we're going to customize the male one. That's what the female one looks like. This is the female shaman. There you go. Obviously on top of this we have customization, which we're going to jump into right the heck now. So, we get to customize our orc. Immediately they put us in slightly more basic looking armor. The illusion is shattered. And I gotta say, I'm a big fan of the basic armor, of the body shape, of the overall look and feel. You'll see if I move the character around here, it just reacts so nicely to the movement. I dig it. The hair, the body turning and sort of swaying a little bit. The first option at the top here is actually randomize. The way this works is kind of weird. You can randomize a bunch of times, and you can always go back one if you sort of missed something that you liked. But we're going to look at that at the end. We're going to do the actual customization first. We're going to look at the presets now. These are presets that were created by the devs. These are sort of predefined characters that quote-unquote look good. There aren't that many of them. They've got 3 here on the orc male, and I mean, that's cool. That's fine, right? Because you are here to make your own character, so make your own character. Outfit set. You can turn it off if you'd like to. The set basically consists of pants, straps on the wrists, and boots. There's no chest piece. There's no chest piece, but you can choose the color of it. So you can scroll between blue, yellow, and brown. They all look pretty good. I think that they're all reasonably decent choices. Then, face. You can zoom in for this. Again, the inspiration from World of Warcraft orcs is clear to see here. We have 3 different heads to choose from. You know, there's enough variety on these 3. You will notice that there are changes to things like the eyebrows, the ears are changing a little bit, the overall face shape, you know, some look younger, older, meaner, and so on and so forth. Overall, I mean, the most important part is they all look pretty orcish. The tusks are changing as well. We'll just take the first one for now. Then we can change the hairstyle. And I am going to get to the colors in just a moment on the right-hand side, because there's a lot to do with the colors as well. Kind of a fan of what they've done with the hairstyles here. I generally like this type of hair. I think that it oftentimes looks good if they get just the right amount of sort of high definition textures on it, but they don't overdo it, and they don't overdo things like the individual strands. Then it ends up looking pretty together and neat and tidy. So we've gone through them now. I'm going to pick something like, yeah, let's take this one. Then we'll do facial presets. These are the features here. This is basically for this specific class, it's the beards. I gotta say, without the beards, it actually looks pretty decent. This guy has a very nicely chiseled face. The structure is good. Those are good bones. So no matter what you do, whether you have the facial hair on or not, it's gonna look good. It's gonna look good. I will say the one thing that I noticed here is I get the feeling that the beard styles are a little more dwarvish than orcish. I would have liked some more like bones in the hair, you know, in the beard, instead of gold and ribbons and stuff like that. I would have liked something a little bit more tribal, I think is the word, and in something a little more ragged. You know, I like the idea of plaits and braids and stuff like that, but, you know, for the orcs, we'd like something a little more wild as well. Minor stuff, not too important. We're going to pick, let's take this beard for now, and then we're going to look at the colors. I really like the colors that they have. I think that they have a decent selection of nice, vibrant, interesting, and fun colors to choose from, especially for the orcs. I mean, the green that you can go for here is nice and green. The sort of orangey, I would actually probably call that orangey red that they have is relatively nice as well. The browns are cool. They give you a good variety of what you could call orc skin tones. Yeah, I'm not a professional on orc skin tones, and I think that this is relatively nice. I mean, I'm a big fan of the green. I feel like orcs should be green. Yeah, Maghar, this, that, the other, whatever, man. I like green on orcs, so there we go. Hair colors, also pretty cool. I will say for the hair colors, this might be a little limiting. I don't know if they perhaps going to have more styles and or colors in the game, but I do believe they should probably, if they want people to be just like straight up happy with this, content with the choices available, they should probably double the amount of hair colors available. It's easy, obviously, because they've gone full RGB with this. In other words, they have like the blues, they have the reds, the yellows, you know, not so much green on the orc, but they have lots of colors here. They should just add more. Yeah, just add more. Thank you. That's it. Let's take the, I think the blue looks really, well, is that purple or blue? I mean, I don't know. That's more blue. Yeah, there we go. You can change the lip color, which was a relatively weird choice for me, especially on the orc male here. But I'm not going to say no to that. I think it's kind of cool that you can make it sort of match the beard and the overall aesthetic of the face. Then you can do the eyes. Eyes are actually, I gotta say, pretty impactful. Like, you can, I'm talking about this while sitting back in my chair. You can actually see them from all the way out here, even with these teeny weeny little pig eyes that the orc has. It's nicely done, and it's mostly just because it's really bright. And for eye colors, that's enough. It's just that I'd like to see some more on the hair. The eye colors are enough, lips are enough, skin's enough. I'd just like to see more hair colors. So yeah. Eyes look good, colors look good. This obviously changes based on the face that you pick, because some faces have bigger eyes, some have smaller eyes. The overall and general style stays the same though. That's it for the male customization. Let's do some randomization, see what's available here, see what we can pick up. Yeah, so, I mean, you've seen a good amount of variety here, and I think that they've covered most of their orc bases. It is a more cartoony style of orc, and I dig that. Again, that's one of my favorite parts of the customization in this game, is that they went for that, and I think that it is, again, the kind of style that will be timeless. You know, you can just sort of come back to this in 10 years' time, and it will hold up, you know? It's going to look good. It's just a good style to choose. Again, as I mentioned at the start, with randomize, you can always go back one. You can't go back more than one, but you can go back one. So if you keep going like this fast and you're like, oh, damn, I really like that previous one, you can go back and select that. They save the previous one for you. It's pretty cool. So that's it for Orc Male. Or I suppose it's not really Orc Male, it's Warmonger Male. They have nice looking bodies. They have good options. Let's check the females out. Obviously, you can go in and customize the shaman version of it. You can customize the legionary version of it. It does not really matter. They are mostly the same on both. Now, presets. They have far more than the males have, as you can see. They actually have double the amount. Oh. My goodness, they have 3 times the amount. We've just reached 4 times the amount. They have 4 times the amount of presets. There's a little, maybe some favoritism here. I really like what they've done with the female faces on Orc. I think that they look phenomenal. I think that the body shape is pretty awesome as well. Here you can see some of the world-famous jiggle physics. It's not too pronounced on the Orcs. They've got this metal brace that's keeping everything in place. On the humans, it looks a little more intense. You're going to want to check that one out if that's what you want to see. But I like what they did with the faces here. They have some faces that have sort of wider jaws, higher cheekbones. They have differences in the overall head shape. They have you could call it more stern or serious looking faces, and then they have more innocent or let's say less dangerous looking faces as well. I am a big fan of the female orc customization. Personally, I prefer it to the male customization just because I think that you have slightly more variety, even though you don't have things like beards. I think you have slightly more variety on the females. The outfit color, I mean, it's barely really impactful. You've got yellow, blue, or brown. That's it. And they're all fine. They're all fine. Customize your character first, put the outfit on after, boom, boom, boom. For the faces, there are only 3 different choices, but they are varied and different enough. You got this one with the slightly wider jaw, looking a little more stacked, a little more chiseled there. Then you've got one that, as you can see, smooths things out a little bit, but still keeps the general and overall shape. And then you've got a thinner, a leaner looking face with slightly longer features. I think they all look good, and in terms of female orc customization, yeah, good fit, good fit. We're going to look at the hair quickly. Lots of cool hairstyles here. Once again, however, I can't speak for the orc culture in this game, but I would have liked to have seen more sort of orcish stuff, and you can see that there are things like earrings and whatever that you can put on here. I would have liked to have seen more styles like this, but instead of the little gold and instead of the little, you know, hairbands and stuff, I would have loved some bones, some skulls, some things that are slightly more orcish. But I mean, that's the thing, right? This world that we are jumping into, it has its own lore. So maybe I'm just being a little ignorant. Maybe the orcs are not that kind. Like, you know, maybe they are different in this world. So I'm not about to complain about it. I'm just saying I like that on my orc, right? Maybe these guys are, well, above that kind of barbaric behavior. Here you can see some of the nice hair physics. It's relatively good. They didn't overdo it. And yeah, there are a bunch of really nice hairstyles. I'll keep this one for now. For the facial features, you get to pick some earrings. Again, they seem rather un-orc-like to me, but I don't know. I like them. I like them. And I know someone's probably going to leave a comment saying, oh, God, Lumen, you poor, ignorant whelp. You just don't know. So please leave that comment and explain it to me, because I'd love to know. I'm not going to sit here saying that I know everything about orcs in this world. But I like the earrings. They are actually pretty cool. Huh. Yeah. Let's put these ones on. And then we're going to move on to the colors. So for the skin colors here, they are the same as on the male side. I mean, most of the stuff is the same as on the male side. And they look good. I would not even begin to complain about this. I think that they have enough for the style of orcs that they have here, and it's nice. I personally, once again, really like the green skin tone, so I'll go with that. The hair colors that they have are alright, but I do believe they should add a few more hair colors. It would be nice if we just had a little bit more choice where this is concerned. A few lighter colors, a few cooler colors, just more in general, just more. Again, I don't know if they have more in the game, but I'd like to see more overall. Lip color. Slightly more impactful on the female characters than it is on the male characters. And yeah, it looks alright. It looks alright. And then finally, eye color. The females have slightly bigger eyes, or perhaps they just have slightly smaller heads and the eyes are the same size. I don't know. But either way, the eyes are more visible on the females, and I kind of like that. There you are. Now, with that said and done, we are going to randomize. The random system is very cool. It gives you a really good look at everything you can do. I'm a fan. I think that there's a lot of diversity here. You can make them look relatively different. And, I mean, yeah, there are some good combos. The way the randomize works, however, is you can just jump through it forward. And if you go past something that you really liked, you can go back one and see the previous. You can't go back more than one, but you can go back one and see the previous one that you had. So, yeah. I like the female orcs. I like them a little more than I do the male orcs. But they're both pretty cool. And that does bring us to the end. Now we move on to the next class. This is the champion. Noble warriors. Champions seek out battles and live for glory. They unleash their rage upon their foes like an unstoppable hurricane of power, breaking them with ease and knocking the absolute stuffing out of them. Champions bravely rush into battle, launching a volley of arrows, striking enemies with their mighty sword and shield. Their proud spirit, valor, and nerves of steel never let champions down in a fight, bringing them victory after victory. Yeah. So, very reminiscent of the Blade Master from Warcraft 3. Inspiration is clear to see. I'm guessing that there's probably some more to it as well. There's, you know, maybe some, like, Eastern influence here, sort of samurai-ish kind of stuff. But it's cool. Yeah, it's cool. We're going to look at the female in just a moment. I'm going to go over the classes and the subclasses first. That's the description of the class itself. The first subclass is the Destroyer. Melee heroes with a specialization in two-handed weapons. They sweep right into battle, dealing massive damage, fighting in a group. They can support allies, restoring their health. They have an ability called Charge. Charge is always good to have. Circle Strike. There's no video of that, but it's like a whirlwind. Warcry. That pretty much explains itself. Doesn't really look like much, though, which is a bit of a pity. And Crushing Leap. Also a big fan of this. I love that they have a charge and a leap. It's pretty nice. It's a sort of fun style of gameplay. For each basic attack or use of ability which hits an enemy, the Destroyer gains 1% bonus attack speed. This buff stacks up to 10 times. The charge lasts 10 seconds and refreshes. Activation of the special ability is available on 10 charges only. And the Destroyer starts to whirl, dealing physical damage with their weapon every 0.75 seconds to all nearest enemies during 5 seconds. After that, all empowered charges fall off. Yeah? Cool. That's the Destroyer. Here we have the Ranger. Use bows and arrows. Toggling between two stances, they can deal damage in an area or to a particular target. They can be the ones to deal the most damage and can root and slow enemies. So same style of armor, different color. Still got the banner on the back, but this time a bow and arrow. I like the style of the bow and arrow with the weird little pipes and stuff here. It's kind of cool. Abilities, Net Shot. Very nice animation on that. Kind of dig it. Arrow Rain. That's what you'd expect. Barrage Stance. And Saltation? This is obviously just a little taste of what they have. Special ability, the Ranger's basic attacks leave arrows in enemies. The Ranger gains bonus attack speed for each arrow. It stacks up to 10 times. Special ability can be activated, which triggers an explosion of all arrows stuck in enemies, dealing physical damage. Very similar to the other one's bonus. Very similar. And, yeah, it sounds good. The last one you can see is going to be a sword and shield, as far as I can tell. Which also seems like it could be kind of cool. So that's the male. We've seen the two different variations of that. I'll switch back to female quickly to show you what that looks like. Same style of armor, leaner overall. There you go. I like it. I mean, I think it looks good. Now we're going to move on to the customization. This is our first human race. We're going to randomize at the end of this. First things first, presets. Definitely more presets here than they had on the orcs. Not sure why the orc males got only 3 presets. Shame. Those guys were done dirty. For the outfit colors, a little bit more impactful than the orc outfits. You've got blue, you've got yellow, you've got green. That's it. And it's a mix. It's like each of those colors plus brown, basically. I'll take yellow for now. And then for the faces, let's zoom in. Now, I want to say something as we are jumping into specifically the champion here. What I want you to be aware of is that there are going to be many different human style choices here for the classes. They're all sort of humans. There's most likely going to be something like dwarves as well, but or other variations of humanoid races. But you are going to have multiple styles of humans. These guys are slightly bigger, bulkier, burlier, and you can see that reflected quite well in the face here. They have these larger faces with the more striking features, the squared out jaw, and so on and so forth. If this is not for you, then you just jump back and you pick a bomber, because they look a little different, a little leaner. Just want to point that out. Hairstyles. Let's have a look what's available. Oh yeah, dude. That's called short hair with top knot. I don't see the top knot. Huh. Pretty cool. That's nice. Real big. And we're back at the start. Wait, no? I swear I saw this one before. Are we back at the start? Now we're back at the start. Alright. Let's take this one, because why not? Facial features. They actually have some decent facial hair. Looks alright. Nothing to complain about here. I do appreciate the fact that they gave us some nice mustaches. And they fit relatively well with the faces and the hair. So I'm going to put the big beard on. I think it looks nice. And then we look at the colors. These guys can go pretty light in terms of the skin tones and pretty dark. I'm relatively impressed by it, to be honest. They've got, yeah, all you need. You really don't need more than this. They've got the warmer tones, the cooler tones. Everything is here. It's just good to go. Hair color. I'm just going to pre-fire this right now. I think they need to have more hair colors. They have beautiful colors here. I love the selection that they have, but they should double the amount. I'm going to say that every time I come here. They should just double the amount of hair colors. If they take any one tip from me from this video, it's that they should add more hair colors. That's my favorite hair color. I think it looks nice. Then we should obviously just change the outfit to something else because it clashes a little bit there. Lip color. Once again, I'm just going to say it's kind of a weird choice to have lip color as the one color option on all the different characters. But there it is. Not super impactful, but it's something. And then finally, eye color. Nice colors on the eyes. Nothing really grounded in reality here. They just let you have fun with it. That's nice. Then, with all of those done, we're going to randomize quickly and see what these guys have for us. With randomize, you can go back one. So if you think you want to go back to the one you just saw because you liked it, you can go back. You can't go back more than one, but just one is more than enough. And yeah, randomize gives you a decent look at it. These guys obviously funneled into a certain style, visual style, you know, and that's what you're going to expect from the champion. Just know that. It's going to be the same for the female champion that we jump into. The female champion is going to be slightly bigger and more muscular than the female bomber. And it's going to be the same for the male. And that's just, hey, that's how it is. You are jumping in, picking a class. And once they add more of them, I'm pretty sure there'll be something for everyone. All right.
Hi.
We proceed. Female champion customization. Yeah, I'm going to pick the other one so that she doesn't hold the bow in front of herself the whole time. All right. Presets. So as I just said, at the end of the male customization, these ladies are slightly bigger, slightly burlier, and yeah, I think that it suits the champion class. You can still make them look any type of beautiful that you want. It's not like it's a limitation in any way, and I think that the muscles, yeah, they look relatively good. Like, I've got nothing to complain about here. Damn. So, Ariana Grande. Alright. Yeah, you know, I actually think that there's something there with the sort of paler and almost on the verge of like blue skin tones, where you could make like this sort of undergrounder style on your character if you'd want to. I don't know. I think that there's quite a lot that you could do in terms of interesting customization options because of all the cool colors that they give you. So that's the presets right there. I'm going to pick, yeah, actually this one and this one, little cool. Yeah, I like those. I'll pick number one and we'll go with that. You can change the outfit color. You can hide the outfit if you'd like. There you go. Let's do the head. Standard procedure, having 3 different faces to choose from. There's a slightly bigger one. There is, I guess you could call this the Oriental one, the Eastern one, and then there's the slightly smaller one. That's basically it. They have that sort of same recipe on most of them. It's cool. It's cool. Hairstyles. Let's have a peek. I actually really like those earrings. Keen to see what else they have there. Pretty cool. That's nice. By the way, I like those little spikes at the front. I think the males had that same style. Let's go with the spikes at the front. There you go. Facial features. This is going to be the earrings. It's a little lightning bolt. Don't know what that is. A star. Some diamonds? Yeah. These are nice. I'd say a little more variety than on the orcs. And that's cool. Alright. I mean, I'd pick one of these for sure. That's kind of cool. There we go. Skin colors. They are enough. They are definitely enough. You can sort of go anywhere you like with these. They are a little more grounded in reality, I would say. You know, they don't let you go full RGB, green skin, blue skin, red skin. But they give you enough choices for it to be, you know, satisfying to pick one that you like. Hair colors. Looking pretty good. I think that specifically on the human characters, they could definitely add a little bit more variety and go a little crazier with it, you know? Give us some greens, proper greens. Give us some more nice blues. Give us some nice reds. I don't know, man. They should just at least double the amount, and then I'll be happy. But it still looks nice. Lip color. More impactful than on the males. Quite nice overall. And then eye color. There it is. Not bad. Now we're going to randomize. We'll have a look at what they throw at us. If you randomize and you pass something that you like, you can jump back and pick it up again. And I think with the amount of options they have here, the randomization is good enough. It's good enough. It definitely spits out some good-looking characters. And I think that specifically with this class, I'd be able to find something I like. Me, personally. I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I think that there's enough to choose from, for sure. Here we go. Alright, we are jumping back to the final class available right now. The Bomber. Description. Coming of age in a concrete jungle amid warring street gangs, bright and youthful bombers had to wise up early. They fend off for themselves using trickery and razor-sharp wit. The wording on all of this is a little weird. They should get someone who knows how to do descriptions to do a pass over this and just get it sounding a little better. Speed is their advantage and explosives their best friend. Bombers are unrivaled when it comes to illusions and hoaxes. They might seem like they're just playing their matches, but watch out, or their little games might be the last thing you see before you die. There you go. There you go. This is the Infiltrator. Melee assassins who deal massive damage in short amount of time. They use double daggers and mines. They can become invisible to foes and easily finish off enemies with low health. Some abilities. Camouflage. I mean, it's like a stealth. Mine throw. Yeah. Carpet bombing. Oh, alright. It's missing some animations, I think. And street violence. Damn, what the heck? Their special ability. Attacks and abilities directed at an enemy's back receive bonus damage of 10% adaptive. The bomber can activate a special ability and throw a dagger in the chosen direction, followed by a second dagger within 2 seconds. Upon hitting the target, the dagger impales, deals 100% damage. Cooldown, 30 seconds. After using the special ability, the bomber remains unarmed for 5 seconds. Okay. Pretty cool, I guess. I'm not usually a big fan of double daggers, but it does sound cool. This one sounds better to me, usually. Ranged support hero. This is the blast medic who use grenade launchers and can wield various explosives. They heal allies, buff them, or use crowd control against enemies and create illusions to trick them. Special abilities, dual purpose, bouncy bomb. Flashbang shield generator. Hold decoy projector. And omnifunction drone. It can heal and deal damage. Gotcha. Cool. Their special ability begins cycling through enhancements after activation. The effect changes every 0.6 seconds. Reactivating the ability activates the current enhancement. Enhancement 1, outgoing healing is increased by 20%. Enhancement 2, the bomber delivers the next 3 auto attacks at maximum attack speed. And 3, inflict magical damage is increased by 20%. Okay, that seems like if it changes every 0.6 seconds, that's just nuts. I don't know how you're ever going to get the one you want. Maybe you're not supposed to. That's how they look on male. Let me show you how they look on female. Pretty cool. I think this might be, for now, the crowd favorite in terms of the female character models, because they do look pretty cool. And there's some serious jiggle physics there. Let's go back and customize the male then. Yeah. If I had to jump in, I would most likely pick the blast medic or the ranger. I like those. So these guys are leaner, as you can see. I want to use the word skinnier, maybe. They're smaller overall. And yeah, also decent variety of visual styles you can go for. I do like that they have unique hairstyles on each of these, unique beard styles, unique faces, unique everything. I mean, they've just got a full different set of customization options. It would have been very easy for them to just put the same stuff on all of the different classes. Very easy. They didn't do that, however, and we thank and praise them for it. Right, that's the presets. Outfits, you can put the outfit on, off. They have orange, turquoise, and brown. Let's take orange for now, and let's look at the heads. Slightly different moods and tones on these faces. This guy's looking a little neutral. This guy's looking slightly more conniving, devious perhaps. And this one maybe a little more curious. It's cool. Good faces. Let's have a peek at the hair then. Again, big fan of the way they've done the hairstyles. I think it's pretty cool. I am also a fan of the fact that they have some stubble there and they don't just leave the head sort of completely open with the hair on top. They at least have that sort of half blend, which is nice. You know, they could have been lazy about it, but they weren't. I like the up hair, obviously. I like the sort of 80s rocker hair, obviously. It's all kind of nice. Not a huge amount of styles on these guys, but they do look good, the ones that they have. Let's take the mohawk. Facial features. This is going to be the beards. Again, as I said in the other male customization, I do wish that they had slightly more unique features on the different classes' beards. I love that they have unique beards. Like this one, for instance, is a very interesting style. But I would have liked it if the orcs had something more orcish in their beards. These guys maybe had something techie, you know, in their beards. But the fact that they have different beards already is quite cool. And I'm not even for a second going to complain. I like that one. It's kind of interesting. Then we're moving on to the colors. You can see that the skin tones are pretty much the same as on the champion that we just looked at. They have all the skin tones that you'd expect from a regular human style character. Yeah, you can go darker, not all that dark, and you can go lighter and paler if you like to. And it all looks pretty good. Hair colors. Different hair colors here, but still quite nice. There you go. Let's go with the green. Lip color, again, kind of question the idea of this even being a thing. I don't know why. More options, better, of course, so I'm not going to complain. And then eye colors. Eye color's not hugely impactful on these guys. The blacks of their eyes seem to be quite a lot, the pupils are quite a lot bigger. And their eyes overall are relatively small, so yeah. There you go. Now we're going to randomize. Let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can see. The randomization system usually uses pretty much everything available here. And yeah, I mean, there's good variety. There's good variety. My input, as always, is just that we need more hair colors. But other than that, it's kind of nice. I also like the idea of them funneling certain styles into certain classes, you know? It's sort of that rule that Blizzard went with Overwatch, where they like having recognizable silhouettes for their different classes, and it sort of applies here as well. And I dig that. I do. But that's it for the randomized, and that's it for the males. We are going to jump onto the female bombers now and have a look at what they have available. I would say this is probably the highlight of the video, because they actually have some...
Ooh, yeah.
Let's go back and get the daggers.
Ooh.
Some pretty nice models.
Oh, okay.
Okay, yeah. So this is where they put all the jiggle physics. Just by the way, it's all here. It's all here. You can put the outfit on, take it off, and I'm not sure why the character's like changing its stance the whole time, but I guess that does help, certainly. Presets. A lot of cool options here. Very nice bright hair. I'm a huge fan of how much that sort of stands out. And I kind of like the styles on things like the earrings on these. Okay, let's go back. And customize. Outfits. There's a white outfit, yellow, and ochre. That's them. Let's take the outfit off. Face. The hair is kind of in the way, so let's just do that. The three faces that they have available are all relatively similar. You got a slightly different facial expression on this one, where the brows sort of go a little more concerned on that one, a little more sort of stern on this one, and slightly more neutral on the final one. I like all the faces that they have here, but they aren't too varied, unfortunately. With that said, I already love the hair. I think that the hair is phenomenal, and I think that because, look, they have some unique decorations for this class. That's it. That's already a win. Some interesting stuff. But as with the others, I'm a big fan of the hair. I think, yeah, see, here's some more unique, interesting stuff. That's cool. See, this is a win, and this is what I want to see on all the different classes. Look at that. That's sick. I want to see interesting and unique stuff. I realize it's kind of difficult to do that, but that's what I'd like to see. I'm a fan of this one, so I'll leave it on. Facial features. This is for the earrings, obviously. They have perhaps one or two here that are similar to the ones on the other characters, but they definitely have some unique ones, again, that I think are quite suited to the class available. It's nice. You know, I like the dye. It's probably the coolest one. In my opinion, it's the coolest one. I don't know. They're all quite nice here. But there you go. Can't change the color of it. I'm not sure if it changes with the hair. It does. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool. So, skin tones. Grounded in reality human skin tones here. But they've got the warm ones. They've got the cool ones. They've got pretty much all you'll need. There you go. And then the hair colors. Cool to see that the dice does change color when you change these. Yeah. That's incredibly bright, and I like it a lot. Lip color. There we are. And eye color. They have bigger eyes, so you can sort of see it a little bit better. But that's the lot of it. Now we're going to randomize. And let's see what it gives us. So you will notice that it's sort of like I said, I think that the hair color is the one thing that could be improved on, and it could sort of push this whole system above and beyond where it is right now. Just simply add in a bunch more hair colors. It's enough as it is now, but it would be cool if there was more. But I do like the customization on the female bomber the most. I'd say that they have the most interesting overall, because they've got the most unique stuff available. And that does bring us to the end of the customization on Bomber and the end of the video. Hey, you've made it to the outro. That's it. I'm a fan of what Corepunk has right now. Like, quick and dirty, yeah. Dude, the style that they have going for this, I think that the timeless nature of it is going to serve them well if they stick with this game and actually keep working on it. I really hope they do, because the premise here is cool. I would like to see, obviously, more of everything, but I would say the one thing that could help a lot would be more hair colors on all the different classes. That would be sick. And I'd also just like to see more of what they've done on the bomber, on the others, where they give them sort of unique stuff that suits their class. I don't know if there's more stuff in the game or if you can do more stuff in the game, but yeah, I mean, overall, it is actually looking pretty good. And I like it. And I'd love to hear from you guys what you think as well. I like the sort of subtle physics that they have run in here. I like, again, the cartoony style and nature that they went with here, because it just suits the game quite well, and it sort of, you know, it lends itself nicely to that old school feel that they shoot in for. It's cool. Overall, yeah, I just give it a thumbs up. I do wish that we had seen more, because for those that don't remember, in the earlier tests about a year ago that I looked at, we had the same classes. Now we just have one extra subclass. So in the past year, they've only added, I think it was 2 subclasses, might have been 3, one on each. So it's a little disappointing that there's not a whole lot more in terms of classes, but for now it does look good. I'd love to see more. I think that that would help me form an even greater or more complete opinion. So hey, let me know what you guys think. Check back here soon for more. Give this one a like, share it, and do all that other good stuff. If you'd like to find my links, you can find them below. My Ko-fi page and my Twitch channel and all the rest. Hey, enjoy Corepunk if you're jumping into play. Happy that.